Hey guys, Sil here. Welcome back to some Nikke. Now, Trina, let's take off our clothes, shall we? Viper. You know, this doesn't help me. What faction is Trina in? No, seriously. What faction is Trina in? I don't know. I saw Tetra, I'm like, no? Is she Tetra? Trina. Wait, are you actually Tetra? No, she's Miss Lee's. Okay, good to know. I also apparently do not have mana. Wait, she does? Wait, this is the character that strips her clothes. She's naked. Oh shit! Actually is her. Okay. I don't know what I'm revise wish list. Yeah, I don't have mana. So if I see Miss Lee's, it could also be mana. Okay. Trina! Again, let's strip naked together. Quincy, why? Why Quincy? It's the Escape Quincy too with a nice backstory, but look, I know I said let's strip together, but come on, I said that for Trina. Alright, Trina, one more time and let's take it all off. Trina! Hell yeah!
Trina と言います。いつでも私の胸の中でお休みください。
胸? Mune. I heard Mune. Oppai? I got a double.
それじゃよろしく。何でも任せて。おじさん、美味しいもの食べに行こう。
Drink! Of course, the villain herself had to show up as one of my double. Okay, so we got Trina, who, you know, strips her clothes off. Very nice. Mana's the only character I don't have, right? Like, I have every Elysian character. Didn't we do that? Tetra. I have every Tetra character. And Pilgrim is, yeah, just this. I already have maxed out Red Hood and Roppy, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, mana. And I get a gold from Miss Lee's mana. Megane. Sugoi. Very nice. Welcome. Wait, what? Hey, another copy of Scarlet. Damn. All right. I don't know what to say anymore. I've gotten Scarlet quite a few times now. Can I get another pilgrim? Come on. Jesus Christ, I got money. Anna, please. I really, really want you in my life. Please, Mana. Let's have some sexy fun times together. No? Mana, let's do some researching together. Scientifically, of course. Okay, that doesn't work. Mana, you want to go on a date? Okay. Damn. Mana. I'm running out of crap to say. There's not much to say for Mana. Like, Trina was obvious. Hey Mana, can I be your villain in glasses? Hey, Dorothy! I may get more pilgrims, you know, max out at this rate. Trying to get Mana, Jesus. How many more do I have left? Really? Villain in glasses didn't work? I mean, it got me an SSR, but oh, come on. Like, there's not much for me to say with a girl that uses glasses, man. Mana, Oppai, Sugoi. Mana, let me pedo your Oshiri. Really? Please, is it Privati? Oh, damn, it would have been so funny if that was Privati. Privati's like, pedo Oshiri? Yes, please. That would have been so funny if that was Privati. Oh, come on. Like, I'm literally saying the dumbest shit now. Hey, Mana, something's rising and it ain't the shield hero. Oh my god. Come on. Oh, that sucks. My cock's power is over 9,000. Of course I didn't. Dude, I can't. Oh, that hurts. Tia, why? Tia, why? Why did you do me like that, Tia? What am I looking for? Missile? Hey, Mana. Please? Troni, hello. Mana. Mana, please. Oh, this hurts. The fact that no. Now it hurts the fact that I can't remember what her name is, and this is gonna drive me insane. Oh no. Dude, I've done her Bond story too. Oh no. She likes cats. She works with freaking Pravati. You'll have Pravati. It's not Signal. She likes cats. Okay, I'm gonna have to click on her and just not look at her name and just cover my eyes. Oh, come on. I need to get the first letter. Problem is, I don't remember what the hell the names actually are in this. Her name starts with an A? Oh my god, what is it? I think I saw AD. Is it Admi? Oh my god, it is. Her name actually is Admi. Oh my god. Okay, look. Please! Mana, please! Well, damn, I actually got 3 SSRs off of that. Okay. I have no more missiles. 2 more 10 shots. Mana, please. Please. Do you want a bukkake? Are you sure you don't want it? Because I'll give you a whole new term to milky glasses. Blonde?
あなたの健康をサポートするトレーナールマニです。会員さん。
How the hell have I not gotten blonde in a long freaking time for Tetra? I've gotten more copies of Urumani than freaking blonde. I've gotten Scarlet, or Pilgrim in general, more times than I've gotten blonde in this. Ugh. Fine, Mana, I'll get you pregnant. The womb force. I got it. Oh my god. Mana, I'll be your slave. Okay, I got no mana. I used every last damn thing I had. I got no mana. This complete horseshit. I got Trina. I got no mana. Eventually I might get mana, I guess. Mana's turning into another freaking Troni. Alright, Trina. Like, Trina's the next armpit character, huh? Like, yeah, she has massive Mune. And she has Cowprit outfit. But I'd say she's more in line with armpits, although she's not beating Cinderella in this category. You'd be hard pressed to beat Cinderella in that category. Activates after full burst of ends, affects all allies, continuous recover 2.4% of cast and spell max HP. Average when attacked in full charge, affects target if the HP of 2 ally units with the lowest HP. Percentage is lower than 30%. Covers max HP. Activates when attacking with full charge, affects the target of the HP of 2 ally units with the lowest HP percentage lower than 50%. Activates start a battle only if self survives. Affects all electric allies. Max HP increases without restoring HP constantly. Activates start a battle. Affects one electric ally unit with rifles on the leftmost side of the squad. So you would have to have Scarlet on the left. Most squad, making them invulnerable. Activates when burst skill, activates one electric ally unit with a rifle on the leftmost side. Oh my Jesus freaking Christ. That is a huge attack boost for a level 1 skill. I see why I've heard that she would basically, you know, become steroids for, you know, Scarlet. Well, not necessarily steroids, but just reading this makes me feel like she's basically, you know, Scarlet's crack. Affects all allies. Max HP, 11.9% of max HP without restoring HP for 10 seconds. Attack, wait. So on top of the attack damage that she does right here, for Scarlet, just one specific electric unit, they also get another attack damage boost when she does her burst. Just a 20-second burst too. Burst skill damage of all skills with affects all enemies? Wait, burst skill damage of skills with affects all enemies. So Scarlet's ultimate does more damage? Is that how I'm reading this? Activates when enemy account aside from Nikke's is more than 2. Affects all allies. Changes spread roots to wilted roots. Burst skill damage of skills with affect all enemies increased by 38.9%. Isn't this a higher average though? Isn't that technically less? Affects all electric allies with rifles. Hit increase. Max ammo capacity increased by 10 rounds for 10 seconds. 11. Wow. If this goes up to level 10, does that mean that she gives 20 rounds for Scarlet? Dude, she literally is built for freaking Scarlet support. Not that Scarlet needed a full-on actual legitimate support, but Jesus freaking Christ. Wait, did I just see something, or am I tired enough to think I did? Am I tired enough to think I just saw something, or did I just actually see something? Okay, I think I'm just tired and I actually thought I saw something when I didn't. I swear I thought I did. Okay, so if she's like this, what's she look like when she's shooting? Okay, not only is she for the, you know, armpit, you know, fandom, but also feet. Okay. Wait, what? Wait, this is a grenade launcher? I thought it was a minigun. Oh, she does have things around her feet. don't necessarily at this moment know what they're called, but yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, that's an interesting character. Either way, I lost my mind trying to fall for Mana, so I guess I'll see you guys in the event forest. I've decided to tack this on to the event. I most likely probably did. If I didn't, then yeah, either way, like seriously, I didn't get Mana, man. I got Trina, a girl who apparently likes to strip, which is nice, I guess, but no, Mana really sucks. But again, eventually, whenever I see Missiles, it could almost always possibly have a chance to be Mana now. Eventually, I might get her. It's fine. The fact I have no gems, though, because I pulled for Trina, is not fine. How many golden mileage tickets do I have currently? For a potential next pilgrim character that I'm not gonna go crazy for. But at 440, so I only have enough for 2 characters. Meaning I need to save up every last bit of gems I can possibly scrounge up for whatever pilgrim comes out next. Now I will say I've heard tale of a certain character possibly coming out as a pilgrim next. If that's true, cool. I'd like to know more about them possibly. But at the same time, I don't really need to go crazy for them. Because you're not like, you know, Vapi and whatnot, who I really love the Vapi. She's been with us throughout the entire game for like, what, 3 years now? Warm sunlight, a gently fluttering breeze. Flowers sprouting up and blossoming one by one, dotting the land with color. The New York spring has begun, bringing along with it a warm and dizzying array of emotions. For some, the overriding emotion is excitement. Hello, my lovely Lupines! Welcome to Rupee's magnificent shopaholic channel. Today I'm here at the Cherry Blossom Park, but do any of you know why? I know. The Spring Festa. Did I get it right? The correct answer is to introduce the upcoming Cherry Blossom-based festival, the Spring Festa. Woohoo! Did you guys see that? I never miss. Fine. I believe we got together today to work on our homework. Come on, relax. It's not even that much work. I can just copy it later. I'll be fine. Besides, if you don't watch Rupee's show as it's happening, you can't watch it later. The Spring Festa is one of the 10 most anticipated events in New York. And it's just around the corner. How do you all feel around you excited? Aren't you excited? Super duper excited. I've already been losing sleep thinking about catching a glimpse of the cherry blossoms from the surface. Me too. By the way, it's Vi. Are you coming to the festival this year? I hadn't given it much thought. You're going, aren't you? I knew it. I knew you'd decide to come along. Let's see, we'll need to prepare a camera, picnic mat, and... Oh... I suppose it'll be fine to take one day off. And what about you, Miss Pravati? Would you like to come to the festival with us? Wait, Pravati's here? Is she in her maid outfit? Damn, I love seeing Pravati in this outfit every time. Huh, me? Yeah, didn't you hear? For this year's festival, cherry blossoms from the surface will be open to the public. If you stand underneath them and share a kiss with a special Oh, she's gonna be getting this going through Pravati's head. She's gonna try to kiss us under the cherry blossom tree. Oh no. With a special someone, your love will last forever.
Eternal love. That's right, isn't it positively heartwarming? So, as long as you share a kiss under the cherry blossoms, your love will be eternal. Oh, you're right, Miss Pivani. You look like you're up to something. Oh, she's up to something, alright. What? No, I'm not up to anything.
For others, spring brings a feeling of revitalization.
It's spring. That means the Festival of Harmony will begin soon. No, wait, that's not it. It's called a Spring Festa now. It's been a while since the name changed, but it still doesn't quite stick in my brain. No wonder Anis always says I'm behind the times. Then again, I am old at heart. What's in a name anyway? The Festival of Harmony, Spring Festa. What does it matter which it is? What's important is that everyone has a good time. I hope this year's Spring Festival is a joyful one.
For others still, it brings a sense of nostalgia. I do not remember her name. I pulled her and I don't forget. I don't remember. Trina, that's her name. I need to start remembering the name Trina as well.
How was my day? The same as always. I took care of the little ones in the Arboretum and had tea with Flora and Leaf.
Well, that's a new name I haven't heard of before. At least I don't think I have.
That's pretty much it. Oh, I have been hearing a lot about the festival lately. It looks like spring really has arrived in the Ark. This festival, you know as well as I do that the so-called everlasting sakura is nothing but an illusion. Nature, at least real nature, does not exist in the Ark. So, I don't think I'll be going. It's okay. One day I swore an oath to protect this garden, and I've upheld that oath ever since. I have no interest in illusory facsimiles of nature.
When it's time for the sun to set,
I begin to climb the hill. I don't know why, I just felt like it.
It's a habit, I suppose. I wish I knew who was talking. It's a habit, I suppose.
One day, as I was crumbling up an already crumpled piece of paper once more, and staring up at the sky, I was suddenly enveloped in shadow. So what was your day like? That was how I first met her. You look so sad, so I decided to talk to you. I'm not bothering you, am I? At the time, I felt like she was. I am, aren't I? I thought if I kept quiet, she'd stop pestering me and leave me alone. What are you holding on to? An Ark lottery ticket. I see. But she didn't respond the way I expected. The family is up there, aren't they? Instead, she placed a flower petal in my hand. If you let the wind carry this, it will eventually reach your family. Wouldn't they prefer a beautiful flower over a scrap of piece of paper? The petal fluttered up and away from my hand, and the wind carried it up high. I stood there blankly for a while, watching it fly away as she sat next to me. I'm Rin. What's your name? For reasons I can't explain, even though I have never spoken since coming down the Ark. On that day, my lips parted for the first time. Trina. Trina? Trina? Yes? Are you ready? Oh, just a moment. It's just, seeing these flowers brought me back for a moment. Is everyone ready? Right. We're ready for Laura. Alright. Are you all ready too? Okay. Lilac and Margaret are joining us, and they're ready as well.
Lilac and Margaret. Again, she gives flower nicknames to a lot of people. I don't remember what ours was. I don't remember I just know that the gym girl, whose name I've also forgotten currently, calls us Gym Rat.
And now then, shall we begin the tea party? That sounds good. I'm sorry, but I have a question. For us? What is it? Well,
Flora places the teacup in front of Mana.
Lilac worries that it might be rude to keep a guest waiting without serving them some refreshments. And Margaret thinks so as well. So before we hear Aster's question, why don't we serve the drinks first? Would warm water be sufficient for you, Aster? Sure. And you, Trina? Could I please have warm water as well? As for the little ones, they would prefer some cold water, please, and thank you. And there we are. And now that we're properly prepared, we can commence our tea party. So what was your question, Aster? It's, what am I doing at your tea party? Oh dear, what a question. We're not making you uncomfortable, are we? That makes me kinda sad. It's not that, but... Oh, wonderful, so there isn't any problem. I came here on business. I had no intention of being involved in a tea party. Aster, the Botanical Garden Squad holds regular tea parties. And during these gatherings, we discuss all manners of matters. And with the plants growing in our greenhouse. However, as you know, Trina and I rarely leave the garden, so we often don't have much to share with the little ones. Very true. And usually it's not a big deal since we leave Leaf with us. Have Leaf, but she's up on the surface right now bringing in new little ones. And so, please, if it's not too much trouble, could you tell the children about what is going on in the outside world? That's kind of a big question to answer. Lilac and Margaret are curious as well. My little ones also want to know. I'm honestly pretty similar to you guys. I spend all my time in the research lab. I don't have many stories to tell. Today is the first time I've made out of a lab in a week.
Damn.
Oh. Well then, how about we listen to the radio?
The only government-approved anti-aging injection in New York. Evergreen. Enjoy your youth for longer.
They just keep playing this same ad over and over. If I'm not mistaken, the sovereigns were the ones who could receive Evergreen. After the first invasion, New York's production system wasn't yet fully established. Before the prices eventually stabilized, it was seen as a luxury item only the sovereigns could afford. And now, however, everyone has easy access to it, which is a good thing. Yes, it's a relief. And we're back. Right now, you're listening to the Classic Diva, hosted by me, Norris. In part 2, we will be reading stories for our listeners and playing your song requests. Since the Spring Festa is right around the corner, we've gathered some romantic stories related to the Spring Guarantee to make your hearts flutter. We'll be accepting story submissions all the way through the festival. So if you got one, be sure to send it into the program. Before we read the stories, I'll give a brief introduction to the Spring Festa. This year's festival is jam-packed with all sorts of special events. Since we've got Miss Lee's very own Botanical Garden Squad on deck as hosts, not only will the cherry blossoms from the surface be open to the public, but the Ark's gardens will also be available for viewing. So you all can look forward to the...
Order turns off the radio.
Yes, I know, Lilac. This is my first time hearing about this too. What's that, Margaret? How could they make this kind of decision without telling us? Unfortunately, this world is filled with people who don't consider the thoughts and feelings of others.
Yeah, that's too true.
You'd like to know who? Well,
Isn't Shuan? Obviously.
I'm sorry. Allow me to apologize on their behalf. I was going to mention it earlier, but I originally came here to convey orders from Shuren. Lobelia issued orders for us. Yes, in the interest of upholding market shares, Miss Lisa secured the rights to run this year's Spring Festa. Botanical Garden is to spare no expense in ensuring the festival's success, including opening up the garden. If Lobelia is the one that arranged this deal, then why is the responsibility being thrust on us? Because it's a festival focused on flowers, which makes you perfect for it. It's not like we'd be able to refuse anyway. Okay then, so for the festi. No, we refuse. Trina, we mustn't open up the garden. We can't. You do realize the consequences of disobeying Shuren's orders, don't you? It doesn't matter. What do you mean by that? This is what we can do. The domain which we oversee is divided into 3 sections. My garden, which is filled with flowers. Trina's arboretum, filled with trees. And Leaf Specimen Lab, filled with seeds. The festival will open up my section and my section only. Will that be acceptable? I'll report back to Shuren and let you know. How about you, Trina? Are you okay with that? Yes, thank you, Flora. Good. And now then, Aster, is your work done here? Yes. But there is something impersonal I would like to speak with you about. With me? Rin's research lab will be cleared out soon, before the end of the festival. If you left anything important there, you should retrieve it before then. Unless you left everything there intentionally.
Did her friend die?
As the sun starts to set, I begin my habitual climb up the hill. I must have done it so regularly because of the view. The view of the Ark is beautiful from up there. But one day, as I stood on the hill and looked down at the city, I felt a shadow come over me. That's how I first met him.
I was wondering where you went. In case you forgot, residency registration is today. What are you doing out here? I know this is the first time we've interacted properly, and I hate coming off as a nag. But let's try to be punctual, okay? So, are you worried about joining our squad? No. Then what are you doing up here looking so desperate? I realize that you've only done rear support work in the Ark, so the notion of going up on the surface must feel overwhelming. You only became a Nikke toward the end of the Second Surface Reclamation War. You've never had the opportunity to head up to the surface. Don't look so surprised, I'm your commander. After all, so I should know a bit about your background. Now then, why don't we hang out here together? Mind if I stand beside you, my inexperienced friend? You're not inexperienced, you say. Well, I've certainly spent more time on the surface than you. As he chuckled softly, he stood beside me. I'm Josh Hummit. What's your name? Yume? Nani? This is Lita's first commander. Hello?
You can call me Lita. A credit for your thoughts. Lita. Oh, hey, Senti. I've been thinking a lot about the past lately. Maybe because it's springtime. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's not that important. Are you done preparing for a vacation? Yeah, I know it took a while. But I'm still not sure if I'm happy with my outfit. No, you look great. I know you're just being nice. But even so, thank you for helping me pick out this outfit. Please, considering how much you've done for me, it's the least I can do. In fact, correct me if I'm not mistaken. When is this your first vacation? Is it? I guess I've never taken a break since joining Mighty Tools. Since it's your first vacation, what do you plan on doing? I don't really have any plans. I have plenty of time, so I'm going to mull it over. Is that so? Well, I hope you have a great time. Yes, I'll be have a good time as well, Volt.
Anita pulls out an old pocket watch and checks the time.
If I don't want to disrupt business, I should head out soon. Cindy, while I'm away, don't forget to keep providing our customers with the best service around. Of course, don't you worry about a thing. We are getting a new shipment of materials and equipment tomorrow, so make sure to give everything a proper once-over. Yes, I'll double and triple check everything. And also,
Oh boy.
before accepting anything on credit, make sure to confirm the payment deadline first. Don't let people pay without asking any questions like last time. Oh, and another thing. Anita. Yes? You don't have time for this. Your vacation is getting shorter by the minute. Don't worry about me and get a move on. Start resting already. Oh, okay. I meant to only mention one thing, but I guess I ended up going on for a while. It's okay, I understand you're looking out for me. Don't worry, I paid close attention to every single word you said. You said a new request came in, right? Yeah? From Rian. You know, the spring festas that's being held soon. Miss Lees is in charge of the festival preparations. And she asked us to build some facilities to use for the festival. As soon as you leave, we're going to start with construction. And this is the first time you've been responsible for a task of this magnitude. That's right. Before this, I've always worked together with you. So I'm both a little worried and a little excited. I promise, I'll do my best to uphold the sterling reputation of Mighty Tools that you've spent your whole life building. Are you sure you'll be fine without me? If you're really worried, I can push back my vacation. Anita, if anyone here is worrying too much, it's you. Relax. Everything will be fine. All I want is for you to kick back and relax. And get ready to congratulate me on getting a chance to shine on my own. Alright, you, Volt, and I can celebrate when I get back. We can have a nice chat. Nice party.
Okay, so why exactly does when Bolt bark, it's Bolt, but when they talk about Bolt, they say Volt? Which is it?
That sounds good. Looking forward to it. The Spring Festa, huh? Once the festival starts, there will be crowds of people in most places. Maybe I should visit early and take a peaceful walk along the cherry blossom path. Well, I'll be off. Take care. Let's go, Bolt.
Finally, I have some long-awaited time off. For the moment, I'm ruminating. What should I do? Play some of the video games that are in the library? Binge a show where I can turn my brain off. If not that, then. Actually, even if I spend all day racking my brain deciding what to do, I'll be doing it while lying down on my bed. In fact, that in and of itself isn't a bad holiday. Good thing I woke up early in the morning and hung a note on the door. Well, we actually did it that time? If there's anything I've learned from the recent past, it's that Nikkes have a proclivity for barging into my room at all hours. Just as I'm starting to relax, someone will barge in and get me involved in this or that, so I had to do something about it. So today I got up extra early and put a note on my door saying that no one is here. As a result, no one has come to disturb me yet. Yes, but Laplace, on the other hand, breaks in through the window. So she would be, someone that does not see that note. After all, when you've got time off, you should have a chance to kick back and relax. Well, someone just ignored it. Oh yeah, we're Blossom. We got
Blossom?
Laura.
You seem a little startled. Is something wrong?
Did you not see the note on my door?
Note? Do you mean this?
Laura hands me a piece of paper. I'm not in at the moment, so please come back later.
Strange, isn't it? Here you are in the commander's room, yet there's a note saying that you're elsewhere. Someone may be impersonating you as a prank. I'll have to track down the culprit.
Dude, even when we put the note up, nobody listens to it. You don't have to go through all that.
If you say so.
Anyway, what is it this time? Is it Shuen again?
Lobelia certainly does keep us on our toes with her unpredictable behavior. But I'm actually here for a different reason this time.
Then order proceeds to explain everything that's happened. At one point she wanted to shut down the garden, now she wants to open up to the public? It must be a real headache dealing with her.
Indeed it can be, but her wanting to open up the garden also means that she's finally acknowledged us in some fashion. So in that sense, I consider it fortunate.
So what is it that you need me to do? Did I help you with the festival preparations?
Oh, that's not why I came here. The festival preparations are going smoothly. Having Happy Zoo help us out at the last time the garden opened worked out nicely. And they've kindly offered to lend us a hand again. However,
what is it?
I'm worried about Trina. Blossom, how much do you know about Trina?
Trina of the Botanical Garden Squad. She tends to the trees in the Arboretum. So strong is her desire to be one with nature, she often ends up removing her clothes. I was about to say, she strips? Because if I remember correctly, I believe Florida mentioned one of her team members liked to strip. Where is Trina right now?
At this point, she's probably attending to the trees along the Cherry Blossom Path.
That place is crowded with people.
Indeed it is. I'm not sure if you're aware, Blossom, but Trina takes off her clothes whenever she feels confined by them. This isn't an issue when she's inside the garden, but it's a different story when she's outside. I usually follow her around and make sure she doesn't do anything too scandalous. But I'm too busy preparing for the festival now, and don't have time to keep an eye on her. Would you be able to look after her in my place?
So what exactly am I supposed to do if she actually strips naked? Do I join her? For some reason, it feels like something is going to happen during the Spring Festa. Actually, scratch that, something always happens whenever I'm supposed to be on holiday. Yeah, we never legitimately get an actual break for a holiday. I'm not in it at the moment, so please come back later. I crumple up the note and get up from my seat. I suppose I should get going. Laura said she's at the Cherry Blossom Path.
Boss, I've got a favor to ask you.
Oh boy. Now may not be the best time.
Oh really?
I've got to head towards the Cherry Blossom Path.
What? Did I just hear you right? I'm so touched, boss.
Huh?
I didn't even tell you what it was I wanted, and you guessed it straight away. All that time working with you was worth it.
Wait, so it wasn't gonna be worth it? What?
We've gotten to the level where words aren't even needed to understand each other. In that case, I'll leave everything to you.
What the hell does she want? No, oh no. Oh my god, oh no. What does Senti want, man?
I'll see you later.
Oh wait.
What is it?
What's this favor you keep talking about?
I was going to ask you to watch over Lita.
Okay, watching over Lita, that's easily doable. Watching over a woman that potentially would strip off her clothes? I don't know if I would, just watch that at that rate. Again, there's multiple ways you could do about it. Lita?
Yeah. She's supposed to be on vacation now, but she's going around making things for people instead. I've never known her to take a moment's rest in her life. No matter what the circumstances are, she's always on the clock. So it's not exactly surprising that she's working during her vacation time. And in many ways, I do find it remarkable. But even so, a vacation is a vacation for a reason. When it's time to rest, you ought to do just that. I wanted you to teach Lita how to kick back. Yeah, I'm not really the best person to do that, seeing as how every time I try to kick back and relax, you know, you girls keep showing up. I put a note on the door. Florida completely ignored it, thinking it was just a prank because she walked in and she saw us. Yeah, we're not really the best people to talk about this with.
You want me to teach her how to relax?
That's right. She should be taking a walk among the cherry blossoms. She said she wanted to see them before the festival crowds arrive.
Okay, I was about to go there anyway. I'll meet up with her.
Thank you. Oh, and there's something else that I have to tell you.
What's that?
I'm gonna be taking on my first solo assignment. I'll be constructing all the facilities for the Spring Festa. I'm gonna do my best to uphold Mighty Toles' reputation. So be sure to come to the festival to see my handiwork.
I'll be rooting for you.
Alright, I better get going.
Just as Cynthia is about to leave, she abruptly snatches the crumpled note from my hand.
And trash goes into the trash bin. Maintaining a clean work environment is something I learned from Lita.
She proceeds to toss the note in the trash for me. Soon after Cherry Blossom Path. Fortunately, there aren't many people around. Any people. I can read. Instead, upon my arrival, I'm greeted by two figures.
Oh, I feel like I'm suffocating.
Up, she wants to strip. She already wants to strip. Do it. Do it, Trina. You know you want to. Trina twisting and fidgeting in discomfort.
Don't be absurd.
And Lisa, who is standing in front of Trina and scolding her.
That day, the petals I let fly from the hill led me to the research lab. Working at the lab with Reen, the days passed quickly. Without saying who was first, we would both climb the hill together. We looked up at the sky. By the time the sun had set, Reen would ask, "How is your day today?" The days passed one after another, and before we knew it, 5 years had passed. One day we sat on the hill as always, watching the sun go down. "How is your day today?" "And nothing special. Another ordinary day." "How about you, Reen?" "Me?" "The same as usual. Conducting some research in the lab. Taking care of the little ones. In other words, a very special day. By the way, speaking of the lab, have you ever considered officially joining Botanical Garden? You could take your plant research to the next level."
She also says little ones. Is this what who Florida was before she became Florida? Probably not, right?
"I could take you on as my people." That's okay, thanks." "What do you mean?" I just don't know what the point would be. It's not like the researching plants will help with reclaiming the surface. Not that I'm saying that what you're doing is a bad thing. I know what you mean. No point, huh? To mark the arrival of spring, I was thinking of holding a festival called the Festival of Harmony. I want to exhibit flowers in remembrance of those who couldn't make it to the Ark during the first invasion. If it's not too much of an imposition, would you be willing to help me with the preparations? I never thought I'd be asked to help with another festival. I've helped with the Spring Festa before. In fact, this will be the 3rd time I've lent a hand for a festival.
What's the 2nd time?
Are you cheering me on? Thanks. But you don't have to do that. Florida put me in charge of managing the Cherry Blossom Path. There isn't much to it, considering that the trees don't require much intervention. They'll never wither.
With a bitter smile, Trina's gaze drifts toward the towering cherry blossom tree in the distance. The tree stands atop a hill, its lush blossoms painting the sky pink.
So suffocating.
Faced with such breathtaking beauty, Trina collapses to the ground.
I can't breathe.
Her breathing grows ragged and she keeps repeating the same sentence over and over.
I can't breathe.
At some point,
Can't breathe.
in a desperate attempt to break free from the illusion she's created for herself,
Can't breathe.
in order to get closer to nature,
Can't breathe.
Trina begins to tear off her clothes.
Can't breathe.
At the same time,
What in the world are you doing? The moment I joined the new squad, I was thrown headlong into the intensive training. By the time it was over, my body felt like it was falling apart at the seams. Nevertheless, I continued to climb up the hill.
I'm assuming it goes Trina, Liter, Trina, Liter.
As I gazed down on the city, I heard Josh's voice.
What are you doing over here? It's almost dinner time. You've got to make sure to be on time, all right.
Before I knew it, there was only 1 week left until deployment. That day as well, I was up on a hill looking down at the city.
I knew I'd find you here.
You came here in an awful hurry.
That's pretty rich coming from someone who's always running late. We're having one final get-together before heading up to the surface. Don't you remember? Everyone kept asking me to come get you. How many times are you going to make me beg you to be on time? Come on, pretend to humor this pitiful commander's request, will you? At least let me keep my dignity in front of the other squad members. So, you still have concerns about going up to the surface?
I was never worried.
Nice try. I've seen you praying up here every day. Don't worry too much. Nothing will happen. We'll all come back safely. And when we do, we'll celebrate your first deployment on the surface.
Right, I'm sure we will.
Alright, I suppose we can skip training for 1 day tomorrow.
What are you talking about?
Have you heard about the Festival of Harmony by any chance? Starts tomorrow. If you're up for it, how about we all go, the entire squad?
Was that really 15 years ago? Alright. Sorry for stopping in the middle of our work. Let's continue. Wait.
That took 15 minutes ago? 15 minutes? 15 years ago? Wasn't Lita literally way older than just 15 years? Wasn't she? I swear Lita had... I don't know. Because apparently she literally just became a Nikke not that long ago in terms of the story, which was 15 years ago. According to that. I really do not know. I swear she became a Nikke quite a long time before just 15 years. Again, I've seen so much stuff in this game and a lot of other games that everything might be just jumbling together at this point. I don't know. The last time I had anything to do with Alita was quite a while.
Let's continue. Ugh. I'm tired. All I did was make a few mistakes on the way here and I'm already pooped. Few things. I'm not as young as I once was. Uh-huh. I ought to let Cindy take over soon. I hope she's doing alright without me. You're right. I'll stop worrying. I should focus on where we should be holding the party for her. It's important to celebrate your big debut.
As Lita mutters caustically to herself, she catches sight of a massive cherry tree in the distance.
Is that the everlasting Sakura?
The tree stands atop a hill, its lush blossoms painting the sky pink. Standing before such rapturous beauty, Lita is rendered speechless.
It's magnificent.
At that moment, she spots a strange figure.
Now hold on, is that?
Underneath the cherry tree, something that shouldn't be there is dangling from the branches.
What in the world are you doing?
Lita fills me in on what happened back at the cherry blossom path.
I was taking a walk with Volt. and noticed something in the distance dangling from the branch of the tree. I wondered what it was. And it turns out it was Trina tending to the tree in a state of undress. Yeah? Naturally, I couldn't leave her like that, so I raised my voice at her. I knew this would happen. Son, please. I can't go on like this.
Maybe you should lay off her for a moment, Lita. Trina really seems to be in physical pain.
Well, since you're here, Greenhorn, things should be better. Thank you. Just use a bit of discretion next time you get undressed. Alright. What are you doing?
Rita quickly covers my eyes. God dang it, Lita, no! Don't do it! Let me watch! Come on! Come on, Lita, come on!
But didn't you say it was okay since Sun was here?
Okay, so wait, Trina calls us son.
And that's not what I meant. If anything, his being here makes it worse.
Why?
Oh, really? Stop being ridiculous. I can't stand here and allow you to waltz around naked.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to dedicate my time off to making sure you become a respectable person. Me? But I'm a Nikke. That's not what I meant.
Lita assumes her lecture. Auntie did ask me to help out, so I suppose I can't let things continue on as they are. Once the commotion settles down, the three of us start to walk along the cherry blossom path.
I never noticed the cherry blossoms when I was building this path. Now that they're in full bloom, they really are breathtaking. Everyone is going to love them once the festival begins.
Wait, did you just say you built this path?
Yes, and Trina and I both constructed it. It feels like yesterday that Trina came to me asking if I could help build this path, which would be the stage for the Festival of Harmony. But in reality, it's been years. Time sure does have a way of slipping from you. That's right. I certainly wouldn't mind if it slowed down a little. That's why I'm always going on about this and that. We're no spring chickens anymore. We may be Nikkes, but even we'll expire someday. So we have to make the most of the time we have left. And that includes not stripping to the buff wherever we please.
Oh, but Lita, that's the best part. Come on. Stripping to the buff is the best part for Nikke.
Where did all this come from anyway? You weren't like this before. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is kind of funny for one veteran to be lecturing another. But since I've started, I might as well add one more thing. I want you to be remembered the right way, Trina. That's a kind Nikke who cared passionately for others enough to strip. It helped create a place where people could come and feel happy seeing these flowers.
Oh, well, I mean, if she stripped, people would come and people would feel happy. Not to mention she's part of the armpit fetishists category, like Cinderella. Not bad.
You've got to live life to the fullest and leave behind proof that we existed. And that way, when our time is up, the world and the people around us will remember us honorably. Shouldn't you complete your story for those we have leave behind? For the ones we leave behind? Do you think there's any meaning to that? Of course there is. If you die without leaving a mark of any kind, how can you ever prove what kind of person you were? Instead, you'll become the subject of all kinds of rumors until you're eventually forgotten. And that's why we have to work hard to live the life to the fullest and leave behind proof that we have lived.
Does being a Gruner count? As Lita finishes her speech, the massive cherry tree on the hill comes into view.
Been a while since I saw this. And did you see it last festival? I saw it over here with Sakura under the cherry blossom tree. Oh yeah, that's the rumor. Aren't we technically married to Sakura at that point? Didn't we technically kiss under the cherry blossom tree? But we not actually do that. I know we went wild with each other in the, the summer event. Yes, and I thought the same thing back then. It's beautiful. The towering cherry tree seems to fill the entire sky with its overwhelming presence. As I gaze upon the cherry blossoms in full bloom, memories of the previous festival surface. And many people will probably come to see it again this year. And we'll need plenty of facilities to accommodate the large crowds. I wonder if Senti will be able to handle it on her own. I hope she doesn't make something strange again. Senti will be fine. You've done a wonderful job teaching her. I want her to be more than fine. Quietly gazing at cherry tree, Lita takes out the pocket watch. Before my time is up, I want Senti to surpass me. Only then will I be able to pass this watch on to her. What's the significance of that watch? Let's just say, it's proof that I've lived. Ever since I started working at Mighty Tools, I've always kept this watch on me. If you're talking about passing down that watch, do you mean... Yes. I'll be stepping down from this job, retiring. Anyway, Trina's been suspiciously quiet. You're not taking your clothes off, are you? Oh. Are you okay? I feel like I'm suffocating. What's wrong? I'm fine. Just go back. The everlasting Sakura doesn't need any care. It's just an illusion. It's fine to head back. Okay, we don't want you overexerting yourself. Greenhorn, I'll carry Trina. Can you take care of Volt?
Sure.
I realize you're feeling uncomfortable, Trina, but lean on me. Thank you. Ugh, it's times like this where I wish I was taller.
I mean, technically speaking, you get to choose the body you want as a Nikke, right? So was Lita actually old to the point where she wishes that she was young and spry again? I mean, you should have also specified that, to be a bit taller.
Alright, let's go.
With Trina leaning on her, Lita leaves the cherry blossom path. Even though she said she was fine, Trina's expression when she glanced at the cherry tree bothers me. Almost as if there was a sense of being sick and tired of something.
Are you feeling any better? Yes, thank you for taking care of me. I'm glad to hear you're better. What's on your mind, Greenhorn? You seem to be off in another world the entire way here.
You and Trina made the cherry blossom path together, right?
Right.
Then what about the cherry tree?
The cherry tree? I don't know what you mean.
I heard before that the cherry tree from the surface, the everlasting Sakura, had its lifespan artificially extended. That's why it's been able to survive on the Ark all these years. Will the person who carried out those measures be? As I relate the story I heard from Sakura, Trina's body starts to tremble. As expected, the person who made the everlasting Sakura is none other than...
That's right. The everlasting Sakura is one of my failed creations. Preparing for a festival was much harder than I thought it'd be. By the time I came to my senses, it was already the last day of the festival. After finally finishing the last order of the business, I dragged my exhausted body up the hill. When I got to the top... there you are. Rin was waiting for me as well. How was your day today? I've been so busy preparing for the festival, but I think most everything's done now. I see. Would you like to sit here for a moment? As I sat down, Rin pointed to the town below us. You asked me before what the point of plant research was. Have you still not come up with an answer? The streets below were filled with smiling attendees of the Festival of Harmony, taking in the flowers in the trees. Trina, plant research may not directly help in reclaiming the surface, that much is true. Still, if it affords us a chance to witness the sight currently before us, for me that alone is enough reason. By the way, did you know? The people who came to the festival are exchanging items they brought from the surface. In the spirit of that, I bought something for you. I didn't have anything I brought from the surface, so I thought I'd simply give you what's most precious to me. Ta-da! Ben handed me a small key. It's a garden key. A garden key? Yep. I want to see more scenes like this in the future. I made a garden. My wish is that when people are looking at the flowers and trees, they'll forget their worries for a moment. I'm pouring that wish and my hope into that garden. By now it's just filled with saplings, so it doesn't look like much. But once they all grow, you'll be amazed. You should come and visit when you've got the time. Thank you. I didn't prepare anything for you. It's fine. You've already given me plenty. I have. Yeah, I'm looking down at it right now. As Rin spoke, she gazed down at the town and smiled radiantly. Now looking at her beaming, I found myself wishing for something. I wish that I could see this kind of scenery and look upon more bright smiles similar to hers. Anytime, anywhere. Hey, Rin. Yeah? I want to join Botanical Garden. So you finally come around to the idea. Then you need to make a promise to me, alright? But what is it? Never stop treasuring the plants. If you do that, you'll do right by the ones you're seeing today and honor them. Pretty simple, right? A long time ago, there was someone who led me to Botanical Garden. At that time, the rain practically dragged me through the Festival of Harmony, kicking and screaming. It goes by a different name now, a Spring Festa. That day, I saw entire crowds of people forget all their worries while looking at the flora. After seeing Rin smile for the first time since she arrived at the Ark, I made up my mind. I decided to follow Rin's suggestion and resolved to research plants at Botanical Garden. And that's why you made the everlasting sakura. I wanted people to be able to see flowers and trees anywhere, anytime. That way, whenever they wanted to forget their worries, they could have easy access to nature. Then I'd say you succeeded. Thanks to your research, trees are a common sight in the Ark. After years of research, the day finally came when the everlasting sakura bloomed. The first person I wanted to see was Rin. That's when I realized for the first time. Unlike me, who had become a Nikke, Rin, who had chosen to live her life as a human, time passed much more quickly.
Yep, and her friend passed away.
In the end, Rin never got to see the everlasting sakura. My wish was nothing but a delusion. Looking back on it now, it's so obvious. All I wanted was to look upon her bright, pure smile. But I attempted to bring it about with illusions. It's a bit of a contradiction, isn't it? I'm sorry. I know I'm a downer.
I'm worse.
Oh, I need to stop at the garden before it gets too late. I was told to notify them once we would finish renovating the Cherry Blossom Path. Soon after,
We came to the garden to see flora. However, something didn't feel quite right.
am I the only one who finds this strange? No, I feel it too.
Aren't there still a few more days until the festival?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Then why are there so many people here? The festival hasn't even begun, yet the garden is crammed full of Nikke. How many times must I tell you? We can't be late. Don't blame me if you end up getting chewed out by the superiors. Anyway, how are you finding the Festival of Harmony?
It's nice. I didn't realize how long it had been since I'd let go and relaxed.
Well, we all need days off. If you only ever hurl yourself forward and fixate on a distant future, you'll get exhausted pretty quickly. We also never know when our time is up. It'd be a real shame to miss out on moments like this, don't you think?
We silently looked down at the festival, which was in full swing. From up on the hill, the view of the Ark, and the sight of people blending in with the flowers and trees was truly beautiful.
You know what I like so much about this festival? Whenever I'm looking at the greenery, all my worries melt away. When we go up to the surface, we'll get to see even more beautiful plant life than today. I can't wait.
I'm excited too. Still, I don't think I'll ever forget what I'm seeing here today.
Here, take this. Is it the pocket watch?
Why are you giving me this?
Didn't you know, on the last day of the Festival of Harmony, people exchange things that are precious to them. I already gave gifts to the others. It'd hardly be fair to exclude you. That's a pocket watch I used to use. Yep. It may look a little worse for wear, but it tells the time perfectly. You can use that to check the time, so now you won't have any excuse for being late. Didn't we agree to have a nice meal once we get back from the surface? You're the guest of honor, and we're celebrating a successful first deployment on the surface, so we can't have you being late to the party. This time, let's try to be punctual.
I'll try. I should give you something too.
It's fine. If you find something good the next time you're on the surface, you can give it to me. Leader has been lost in thought ever since we entered the garden. The sight of the Nikkes quietly enjoying the flowers seems to have her reminiscing about old times.
He was right. Sometimes moments like this are necessary. Everyone seems so at peace. Anyway, we should try and find Florida.
Yes, but how are we going to find Florida amongst all these Nikkes? Look for a parasol? A purplish pink hair? A girl talking to plants?
A Trina! What brings you here?
Biscuit, good timing.
Huh?
We need you to smell out Florida scent. You know what Florida is?
Florida? I haven't seen her in a while. Not after all these visitors suddenly arrived. I see. I do remember her scent though, so I can try to track her down for you. That'd be wonderful, thank you. But don't you need to take care of the animals at the shelter? I know you've been helping Florida for the past few days. The guillotine is taking care of our furry friends, so it's fine.
Oh no, she's babysitting the animals again.
She also brought along someone named Maiden to help her. Hey. Anywho, give me just a minute. I'll go find Florida for you.
Biscuit runs off to the other side of the garden. Even for Biscuit, finding Florida among so many Nikkes will surely take some time.
While we wait, why don't I introduce you to the little ones?
Soon after.
And what flower is this? This one is called lilac. Whenever spring comes, it breaks into a big grin like this. Isn't it pretty?
Lita and Trina are absorbed in the flowers.
The more I look around the garden, the more I can feel how each plant is being conscientiously cared for. That's right, the plants here are carefully tended to maintain their natural form. The temperature, the humidity, the soil, and sunlight. Everything is carefully monitored and adjusted according to their specific needs. The fact that they are attended to with such loving care is why the plants here are able to bring out smiles in people. Because they've been allowed to remain in their natural state. Say, where do I need to go to see the arboretum we manage? Well, the arboretum will remain closed to the public. Isn't that right, Trina? Oh, yes, that's right. It's not going to be opened. And why is that? So that Rin can rest. That's all I can say. Yep. I heard the news. You finished renovating the Cherry Blossom Path. Yes, so is there anything I can help with in the garden? Sorry, what did you say, Lilac? Oh my, I forgot all about that. And it's terribly important. Trina, I have one more favor to ask of you. What's that? Before I ask, I should explain to you why the garden is so crowded right now. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
What do you mean?
I thought of something while preparing for the festival. I want Nikke's, who work so hard every day, to be able to come to the festival and rest. I want the Nikke's, who work so hard every day, to be able to come to the festival and rest. I made special invitations for them, but I accidentally wrote the wrong date on them. And that's why the garden is so crowded. Exactly. It's hard to imagine someone like you making such a simple mistake. And no one's perfect. Shall I tell everyone that the dates were incorrect? I think it's too late for that.
True. You can't send everyone back after they came all this way.
Precisely. So just for today, I was thinking of holding a festival for the Nikkes. Oh, a festival just for Nikkes. That's not a bad idea. Which brings me to my request.
Lorna hands over a stack of pamphlets.
In order for the guests to fully enjoy the festival, could you help distribute these Spring Festa pamphlets? This year's Spring Festa will feature a unique promotional event. Attendees will take these pamphlets and get a stamp when they head to specific locations. The garden, the spring fair, and a cherry tree brought from the surface. To help make this process easier, I'd like you to place these pamphlets at key locations along the route. The garden has already been covered, so if you take good care of the other two spots, that'd be great.
Following Floyd's request, we head toward the entrance of the Cherry Blossom Path where the spring fair was taking place. The area is already crowded with Nikkes who had received invitations. Hey, I haven't seen Yon in a while.
Rookie. Good timing. Everyone here is saying they got invitations to come today. And do you know what went wrong?
Well, you see.
So she wrote the wrong dates on the invitations. What a pain.
Is it going to cause any issues with the spring fair?
Cindy set up the booths pretty quickly, so we should be able to get it up and running no problem. Last time she turned a basic general store into a high-scale luxury boutique, I was a bit concerned. But this time she did a perfect job. She kept the market's atmosphere appropriately modest. And the booths blended in perfectly with the Cherry Blossom Path, just like I wanted.
You know what I want? An event centered around Yon? And maybe us to actually get an upgraded version of Yon? Maybe make her actually useful so I can actually play with her? Instead of her just getting absolutely and utterly destroyed by every other Nikke in terms of damage. And just overall helping the team. Because I started the game purely because I thought Yon was extremely hot. And I thought the premise of the game was kind of ridiculous and I wanted to try it. Then I ended up playing through the beginning of the story. And I got hooked in the story. And now I just keep playing the game for the story. Again, this is nice. But the story is better.
You've taught it well later. You're certainly right about that, Yon. Oh, by the way, I have something to give to you.
Trina begins to explain the pamphlet and stamp system to Yon. Didn't I tell you, Leader? Senti would be fine.
You're right, Greenhorn. Senti has really blossomed.
That's right, and she'll continue to flourish. One day she's sure to become as outstanding as you. Whenever people see her, they'll recall that you were her teacher. And they'll remember what kind of Nikke you were. You'll be remembered as you should be. So, before your time runs out, think about what you want to do for yourself.
For myself.
Is there anything more tragic than in search of a complete death? You're leaving your life incomplete. As she takes in my exhortations, Lita silently watches the bustling spring fair booths for a long time.
You're right. If possible, it would be best to complete both.
So, is she gonna try to find someone to date? Or is she gonna say she's too old for that?
We're back at the Cherry Blossom Path.
All we need to do is place the pamphlets all along the way as we follow the path. Are you going to be okay, Trina?
Aye.
Trina's gaze drifts toward the distant hill. Gradually, her eyes become stained in pink. Just before her vision is completely enveloped in rosy hues, she squeezes her eyes shut.
Oh. And do you still feel like you're suffocating? Yes. If it gets too much, we can handle it from here. You don't need to force yourself up the hill.
Yes, but if she doesn't go up the hill, she'll never be able to overcome what's causing her to, suffocate in the first place. She needs to move forward and get away from the past. Technically. She needs to overcome this. Otherwise, I mean, technically it's because of this that she also strips. I mean, is it really all that bad? Yes, it's a traumatic thing, but at the same time that we get to see her, strip. She should still overcome it. She would still strip if we wanted her to. It'd be fine at that point. Trina's hands clench tightly, crumpling the pamphlet she is holding. After some time, she finally opens her mouth.
I'm sorry. I'll wait here. You two can.
Lita gently holds Trina's trembling hands.
It's okay. The Greenhorn and I will go to the everlasting Sakura. Thank you. In the meantime, you can sit down here. Sorry. You heard Flora. Today is a festival just for Nikkes. It won't be a problem for us to take a short break under a cherry tree. For goodness sake, how long are you going to keep standing there?
Lita grabs Trina's hand and yanks her down to sit beside her.
Greenhorn, you have a seat as well.
Okay. Sitting side by side, we proceed to gaze at the cherry tree.
Isn't this nice? Whenever you take in nature, you forget all about all your worries. Trina, there's something I've been wondering about. What happened with you and Rin? What was she to you?
Trina fishes out a key from her pocket and wordlessly fiddles with it for a long time. Then, as if has finally come to some kind of resolution, she looks toward the distant hill and speaks up.
Whenever the sun began to set, I would habitually climb the hill. I became a Nikke not long after I joined Botanical Garden. I did it in order to fulfill my wish. I needed the time to create the everlasting Sakura. I threw myself headlong into research, skipping meals and foregoing sleep. Eventually, I became oblivious to the passage of time. The more time I spent inside the lab, the less time I spent climbing up the hill. At some point, I was staying in the lab all the time. After who knows how much time had passed, the everlasting Sakura finally blossomed. When that happened, the first person I went to see was Rin. However, the place where I met her wasn't our usual spot at the hill, but inside a quiet hospital room. It's been a long time. Rin. That's why when I realized for the first time, unlike me who had become a Nikke, Rin who had chosen to forgo the green injection and live her life as a human, time passed much more quickly. How was your day today? Conducted some research in the lab. Took care of the little ones. Just an ordinary day. I see. For me, it's a special day because I get to see you. The flowers are blooming on the hill. I'm sorry that I couldn't go with you to see the cherry blossom tree. I don't have the strength anymore. I came too late. If only I'd come sooner. Trina, I have a favor to ask of you. What is it? The garden. The promise we made. And going forward. In accordance with her last wish, Vin's ashes were scattered in the garden, and her belongings were delivered to the lab. From that day on, I protected the garden so Vin could rest in peace. Is that why the Arboretum is closed to visitors? Now there's a tree in the Arboretum where Vin's ashes are buried. I wasn't able to keep my promise to her. Instead, I chased an illusion and ruined everything. I created the everlasting Sakura and destroyed the true value of the plants I saw that day. I ruined any hope of seeing Rin's smiling face again. And no longer was I able to climb up the hill. Despite all of it, however, I still wish for Rin to rest peacefully. That's all I have left, and so I must protect that with everything I have. And that is why I can't open up the Arboretum. You regret creating the everlasting Sakura. And that's why the hill instills you with fear. Yes, because Rin is no longer there. I see. Thank you for telling us. I'm sure it wasn't easy. As a token of gratitude, I'll tell you my story. You will?
Oh, backstory on Lita?
Yes. It was a long time ago. Back then, whenever the sun began to set, I would climb that hill habitually.
These two, these two are more connected, than you realize. They both climbed a hill, man.
On the last day of the Festival of the Harmony, people would exchange their treasured belongings. However, I never had the chance to repay Josh. The first day I went up on the surface, Josh died.
Of course, the first day she would go, he would die. Damn. Out of all the people we've seen, he's technically one of the only other commanders that actually treated Nikke humanely. Damn.
He was killed by a rapture during an operation. He died trying to protect an inexperienced Nikke.
Dude, he died protecting her? Oh, come on.
It was her first time up on the surface, and she had wandered around excitedly without thinking. He threw his life away to protect a pathetic rookie.
Oh man, Lita, no. Keep your chin up. Kid, my life or yours. That's enough for me.
Stop talking. You're making your wounds open up more.
Lita, what kind of person am I? I hope that I'm remembered as a good person.
My first excursion on the surface came to a close, and I headed to the rendezvous point. It was the first time I'd ever been on time, but there was no one else there to witness it. My comrades left behind no wills, no mementos, and there was nothing left. And that's when I realized, dying an incomplete death only makes it harder for those left behind. Ever since that day, I've strived to ensure that when I go, I'll leave my mark. I stopped climbing the hill. But it wasn't all bad. There was a lot to do at the workshop, and my comrades were no longer there. And that became my daily existence. And that's when you came to visit me, Trina.
A request to construct a cherry blossom path.
Once we were finished with the path, on the day the Festival of Harmony began, I climbed up the hill for the first time in a long time. As I walked up the hill admiring the cherry blossoms, old memories came flooding back one after another. Banal jokes and pranks between me and my old comrades resurfaced, and I had to stop walking from time to time as I was laughing so hard. When I finally reached the top, I stood underneath the everlasting sakura. From there, I could see it clearly. What they had left behind.
Lita smiles brightly as she gazes at the distant hill.
Over there, that's the resting place for my memories with my comrades. I wasn't the only one who saw it either. When I looked around, I could see all manners of people smiling brightly. Some were leaving behind new memories. Some were reminiscing. And all were forgetting their worries in that moment. I want you to witness that. Trina, even if you're afraid, I want you to climb this hill and face the everlasting sakura. I want you to see with your own two eyes that what lies there is not an illusion. So,
Lita reaches her hand out to Trina and stands up.
Won't you come with me to see the everlasting sakura together?
Holding Lita's hand, Trina takes a step forward. With every movement closer to the everlasting sakura, showers of pink petals fill the sky as if responding to their steps.
Oh, stay strong, Trina. We're almost there. Okay. If it gets too much, let me know. I'm okay for now.
Lita tightens her grip on Trina's hand, and the two of them silently climb the hill. After a while, Trina once again glimpses the scenery she had left behind on this hill so long ago.
You once said that the everlasting sakura was nothing more than an illusion. And do you still feel that way?
Underneath the cherry trees in bloom, throngs of Nikke smile radiantly, as if they had forgotten all their worries.
Trina, the everlasting sakura is no illusion. If it were, how could it bring out such wholesome smiles? Your desire to preserve the value of those plants. Your yearning to fulfill the promise you made to Rin. They are still alive and well. But Rin isn't here. She can't see the everlasting sakura. There's no meaning to any of this. You're right. Rin isn't here. But her wish lives on. You said so yourself. Rin wished for people to forget their worries for a brief moment while looking at the flowers and trees. I want to see more scenes like this in the future. So I made a garden. My wish is that when people are looking at the flowers and trees, they'll forget their worries for a moment. I'm pouring that wish and my hope into that garden. The everlasting sakura has helped fulfill Rin's wish. It's allowed people to be truly happy even just for a moment and smile. That's more than enough to give it meaning. And also means that Rin can rest in peace.
Trina's gaze turns to the everlasting sakura, the place where Rin always spoke to her. The everlasting sakura casts its shade over Trina.
You're right.
Tears well up in Trina's eyes as she gazes up at the everlasting sakura. As if to comfort her, a lone petal drifts into her hand.
But this is... Your family is up there, aren't they? If you let the wind carry this, it will eventually reach your family.
Trina opens her hand and the petal flies up high, carried by the wind. After watching the petal for a while, Trina speaks.
Thank you for bringing me here. You don't have to thank me. You're the one who brought me here in the first place. You said his name was Josh Hummett? He must have been an amazing commander to have inspired someone as remarkable as you. I should thank him as well as your comrades. You're right, we should.
Lita closes her eyes. As her memories intermingle with the scent of the flowers, she quietly prays that her fallen comrades may rest in peace.
Alita, you said you wanted to visit our bread, right? Whenever you got time, you're more than welcome to come visit. Sure, that sounds nice.
Am I allowed to go? Beneath the sheltering pink sky, Lita and Trina share stories from times long gone. The next time I see the everlasting Sakura, I will remember this day. Underneath the flourishing cherry blossom, I quietly close my eyes, in order to remember today in all its beauty for a long time. In order to not forget the memories of the past and to forge new ones for the future. Finally, I've got some long-awaited time off. But there's something I can't get off my mind. I can't rest until I get answers. I should pay Botanical Garden a visit.
Oh, Trina. Hello.
Hey, Biscuit, I'm surprised to see you here.
And today is the last day of the festival. And I promise to help until the end. I knew we could count on you, Sunflower. Blossom, what brings you to the garden today? Do you need some stamps for your pamphlet?
No, it's not that. There's something I've been wondering about.
Oh, what's that?
The mix-up with the dates on the invitation. Was it really a mistake?
It's hard to say. Will you follow me? There's something I want to show you.
Are we here? Where I think we are? Is this the Arboretum? Florida leads me to Trina's Arboretum. Throughout the Arboretum, people rest under the shade of the trees.
After you and Medical told Trina to see the everlasting Sakura, she came back and proclaimed that she wanted to open up the Arboretum. I must say that I'm quite grateful to you both.
I suspected that mistake of yours was anything but. Now that you mention it, where is Trina?
She should be over there. Alita came by earlier, so Trina's giving her a tour of the Arboretum.
Biscuit points off in the distance where I can see. Oh? Hello?
And this place is so refreshing. Isn't it? Alita, do you remember one of the traditions of the Festival of Harmony? Where you exchanged gifts on the last day? I remember. Well, I was thinking that I would give you something that's precious to me. Ta-da!
Trina hands over an old key to Lita.
It's the key to the Arboretum. Are you sure you're okay with giving this to me? Of course. From now on, I plan on keeping this place open to the public. That way people can visit and forget all their worries. And Rin's wish can come true. Not only that, you'll be able to rest peacefully. That end, I'd like you to keep this key. Really?
Lita gingerly takes the key.
I'll keep it safe. Feel free to visit the Arboretum anytime you feel like resting. Okay. I'll do that. I really should give you something in return. Here, take this.
And they exchange both of their precious items with each other. Lita hands Trina her old pocket watch.
I was originally thinking of passing this on to Cinti, but I realize now that's not necessary. Even without this, people will be able to look at Cinti and remember me. I'd like for you to keep this.
Trina takes the pocket watch with an equal amount of reverence.
Thank you. I'll also keep this safe. For some reason, my eyelids feel heavy. It's been a while since I had a nice rest.
As Lita dozes off, Trina gently strokes her hair and smiles softly. An easygoing and carefree smile.
Rest well, my friend.
Or rest in. Nani? There's more? Well, I guess technically speaking, this is technically the epilogue. There's more, though? A few days later.
I can't believe how much dust has gathered up so quickly. Let's see.
Trina looks around Raiden's lab. The tables are lined with Raiden's belongings.
What's this? Among them, a letter catches Trina's attention. The letter begins with the following. Hello, Trina. How was your day today? Hi. It was another ordinary day. I did some research in the lab and took care of the little ones. A really special day. But you know, Vin, I prepared a festival. And you know what happened there? Warm sunlight, a gently fluttering breeze, flowers sprouting up and blossoming one by one, dotting the land with color. And the arc spring has begun, bringing along with it a warm and dizzying array of various emotions. For some, the overriding emotion is excitement. For others, spring brings a feeling of revitalization. And for others still, it brings a sense of nostalgia. And, you know, if I was more so of a person that could easily cry, I definitely would say that probably would bring at least maybe someone possibly to crying. Possibly. Like, I don't know, man. Shift Up just does really good stories with Nikke. I enjoy all of the characters, which is very surprising. Typically, you only tend to really care about a few characters in a gacha game. I like all of the characters in this game, man. Well, yeah, no, I like all the characters, except possibly one. Only because she's just a bitch and she kept trying. Well, no. In terms of Nikke's, one of them, you know, just ended up pushing us way too far. And what she did to, you know, try to push us to our limits wasn't really the best. So in terms of Nikke, she's definitely my least favorite, obviously. Anyone who knows what I'm talking about, I'm not going to say it for spoiler reasons just in case, but yeah. I don't like that Nikke, but again, my most hated character in this game, still to this day, is Shuen. I have not seen anyone worse than her. Now, to be fair, her sister could be 10 times worse than her. Technically. Now, is her sister a Nikke? I think possibly. It's possible. I don't remember what her name is either, but her sister could be 10 times worse than her. And now I will say this. Shuen could be the way she is because of her family. If anything, I swear to God, if they actually end up doing a backstory on Shuen for why she acts the way she does and why she's a bitch, I still will hate her unless they do something massively drastic with her backstory. But I highly doubt they'll do that. There's no way they can make me like Shuen. I mean, Shuen's nice looking, sure. I'd like to see her as a Nikke, mainly because it would be funny, you know. She gets the just desserts and whatnot. Calls Nikke's buckets of bolts. Basically treating them like trash. Yeah. I would love to see her become a Nikke just so again I could have her killed multiple times. It would be cathartic. It would be nice. But if we ever do get a backstory on Shuen, I'm very, very curious to know how the hell that would go. I would hate it for the fact that I have to listen to Shuen's bitch ass talk for like over an hour. If it's voice acted. If it's not, then I'd have to do it, but yeah, either way, I really want to know why she acts the way she does. Was she born just to be a bitch, or was she turned into a bitch because of her family? I need to know, man. Either way, there's also more story that I can do in the game right now. There's more for then I think they brought out the next 2 chapters last patch, I think. So yeah, I've got quite a while to go. So yeah, I think since watching For Rest, the first time I read it, I thought it was actually Forest, but it's For Rest. And I'll see you guys in the next one, and I honestly don't know what it is. Literally, this is ending tomorrow. Ironically enough, I'm at least 22 hours, 52 minutes away. Much better than last time when I was like, what, 6 hours away? Hold on, I need to go look at their Twitter. What exactly is the next character coming out? I think I saw an image of them and I don't remember. Oh, her name is Bretty! Honestly, I'll probably actually see you guys in terms of an event on the April Fool's event, because it's gonna take like, what, a week and a half before the hard mode comes out for you to be able to actually get the epilogue before we do the event? Possibly, so yeah. It'll probably be on April Fool's, and I'll probably be tacking on pulling for Bretty onto her event. So yes, I'll see you guys later.